go play and do the things that they used to do if some of you are not current in living that inner child life. It's not fair. You didn't ask for it. And I'll be honest with you, I had to reparent myself. I love my parents to death, but I understand that my parents were human. And like I said, we live in a world that is not designed for us to be all that we can be, to be all that God designed us to be. Because if that were true, baby, if that were true, Jemmy, we wouldn't need a lot of the shit that we think that we need. We are so blessed. We are so fortunate. But can you see? Can you see that? Or are you lost? You tell me. The number 9 is humanitarianism. It's time to help others. It's time to do for others. Not just children, Jemmies, others. Because the adults that we don't do for, if the way the world's going keeps this shit up, that same adult that you can't spare $5 for even though you have 20, or that same, foundation that you can't bear to, I'm not even going to make it all financial, that, extra snack you have that you can't spare for an adult, but you can spare. Just be fucking kind. It's not hard. It's not hard. If there's communication issues, fix your communication. Try talking from your heart and your soul, and not from your ego, not from your outside circumstances, but from what you feel. What are you willing to offer, Gemini? What are you willing to give? It doesn't have to be, monetary. If you have a stack of clothes in the corner you're not wearing, or if your children have some clothes that they're not wearing, bag it up, take it to the Goodwill. It's time to clean your motherfucking house anyway. Time to clean house anyway for anybody. What are you willing to give? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to give up a Saturday to go to the soup kitchen? Are you willing to volunteer at the YMCA? Are you willing to give a couple dollars to those kids out there selling lemonade? Shit, even if you don't want the lemonade, that $5 could make all the difference, because maybe that kid doesn't know how they're going to eat. And don't be shocked by the age, because these kids know every fucking thing. That's the power of a cell phone and a palm. Also a plan, but we'll talk about that another time. I just need you to give the world that Gemini love. I just need you to do for others. It's time to be of service. How can you be of service? Are you willing to give of your time? Are you willing to get on your phone and spend 1 hour of your precious time giving someone a good word? It doesn't have to be about God. It doesn't have to be about astrology. You could just get on there and talk. If you've got something good to say, if God puts on your heart to say a good message, if you give that good message, you've done your duty. Because even though you don't see how it affects people, God has a plan for everything. Start living from here and stop living from here. Start seeing here. Stop seeing here. You are enough. You have more than enough. It's not my job to prove it, because you have to have faith. Faith over fear. There's nothing to be afraid of, baby, at all, Jemmy. I love you. I love all Jemmys. One of my favorite signs. And Scorpio. Angel of Balance. Oops. Find balance. Find balance between giving and receiving. A lot of Geminis love to take because you like gifts. But everything is a gift. So, since you're so blessed and you have some... It's crazy. I wonder what will happen when we come to a time where people aren't singing about diamonds, but they're singing about lifting your energy and being focused. I mean, I fuck with Migos, but I also understand programming too. Another video for another day. Um, Angel balance 4. You are protected by angels. You are protected by angels. I got 2 messages here. They're all around you. And when I say angels, I'm not just talking about like Christmas angels, cherubs. I'm talking about angels. I'm talking about your ancestors, baby. I'm talking about the people that you have no idea about, but they know all about you. I'm talking about the people that you have their DNA flowing through your veins. They're all around you. They're all surrounded by you. They want you to do good. They want you to understand that they're there and they're protecting you. They're always shining their light on you. Use your voice to heal. That's what I hear. Use your voice to heal, Gemini. Poets, rappers, singers. Use your voice to heal. If you make music, start maybe thinking about healing music. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, Janae Aiko. It's crazy because this lady has literally started a genre that I don't think anybody has even tried to emulate since the 90s. She has a very up-to-date Erykah Badu sound. And if anyone knows anything about Erykah Badu, she's a very, very spiritual woman. She was another one of those artists singing about oppression and mental slavery. There was some good ones. Lauryn Hill, Tupac, what's the other one? Erykah Badu. Now we've got our Janae. If you are a music person, start to use your music to heal. There is so much music that programs these minds to buy, sell pussy, fuck. And that's all fine and dandy. But that's not important anymore. We're all adults. We're going to have sex. We don't need instructions. And we don't need to be thinking about it all day. Because while we're thinking about lust and sex, we could be thinking about God and saving the children. Saving our children. Because they're all our children. Just like we're all his children. We need to return back to a time where it took a village to raise a child. As in, our neighbors knew each other. We all raised each other. We don't do that anymore. So, Gemini, what's special about you is you treat all children like they're your children because you really understand that natural joy. Be the change you wish to see in the world. You have a special niche. Use it. If you're a musician, you're a magician. The Hood Healer said that. And I didn't understand it till I, as someone who writes music, someone who's been singing since I was 8, looked back on some of my own material and realized that I may have manifested certain situations for myself off of an old story and an old narrative that I was telling. 8. What you give, you receive. What you put out, you get back. Understand. What you get, you put out. What you do, you get back. What you reap, you sow. Sorry, guys, my little thing's going off here. You have to remember that and live that consciously. Just like when you speak to people, what you reap, you sow. Treat people the way you want to be treated. It's okay to have an open throat chakra. But you don't want that bitch to be overly active. You don't want to just be saying anything, disrespecting anybody. Change your intentions to change the way you speak. Change the way you think to change the way you speak, Gemini. You're very important to what we have to do, and I need you to tap into the truth. 8 and 4 is 12, right? Yep, 8 and 4 is 12. We're going to simplify that down to 3. Wow. Lots of threes here. Looks like you need to work on your communication. Your communication's off. Everybody has a special gift for a reason. Everybody has specialties. God made everybody customized. Even though we've got DNA. That's the beautiful thing about DNA. That gives him a huge palette to work from when creating us. A huge palette to work from. We are all customized. Even if we're twins, even if you have a twin, you and your twin are not the same. Because you're custom made, baby. Custom. There's no duplication. There's no replication. Custom made. That tells you about your worth right there if you're custom made. Because here on earth, custom made things cost $1 billion. But us, you can't put a price on that. Price can't be put on us. Find balance between speaking and thinking. That's what I'm hearing. Find balance between using words for intention and using them to hurt people. I don't think you're going to hurt people on purpose, but that's what happens. I just got a message, and I thought about this last night. Hurt people do hurt people. That's why you can't hurt. Healed people, heal people. And that's what we're trying to do. So we need you, Jimmy. 4 and 2, woman holding the coin. She's beautiful. She looks seductive. She's got that black cat. I don't want to associate any bad stigma with a black cat. But this woman, she's all done up. I feel seduction. Pleasures. I feel some seduction. There's some seduction and some pleasure. Some of us are living in lust here. Some of us are living in lust. This lady looks very alluring. Almost like I know you see me. You see it? You see? Yeah. She's very alluring. I know you see me. But you're protected. You are protected against that. Watch out for thirst traps. Watch out for women or a man trying to control you with sex. You're not here for that. You're here to be loved genuinely. You're here to be treated as an equal. You're here to be enjoyed for your many talents and for your many gifts. If you consider yourself to be talented and gifted in the bed, that's cool. But how is that going to help you get in touch with your inner child? You don't need to be overly sexualized to get the attention of anyone. Because if you're doing that, then you're doing it wrong. That's not what life is about. Let people see what's behind you. I feel like this is someone who wants to be seen, but they want to be seen for all the wrong reasons. But I feel like this cat here, even though it's black, I almost feel like that's protection. Animals, animal protection. Some of you used to love animals as a child, maybe still do. I would get in touch with animals. If you feel the need to get an animal, get one. Animals, it's very strange because all of us humans, you can see how we're being affected, but I read something, like a post saying that people have noticed lots of animals passing on, so people have been getting more animals, which gives animals that didn't have homes, which keeps them safe. I'm getting very Noah's Ark vibe, but I know we're not going to flood again. But I just feel like the animals know that they need somewhere to go. They need a safe home. A lot of people compare animals and children together. Not animals and children, but animals to babies, smaller, hand animal, if you have a small puppy or a cat you pet all day. It's just, you hear fur babies, how they call them fur babies. There you go. If you don't have the opportunity to be around any children, if you don't have the opportunity to see children, and you have an animal or you've been wanting to get an animal, go ahead and get that animal, because the emotion that's formed between a person and an animal is it's a heart chakra thing. Just like me and my plants. I've been fucking planting all types of plants lately. It's a heart thing. And that is going to soften you up here. That's going to make you feel more childlike. Anything that softens this up gets you into the child, those child feels. And I just want you to do some work there. I'm going to come out and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. It's the best choice I ever made. Everything's not for everybody. I actually follow this brilliant woman. Everyone calls her auntie because she's just so wise. The Hood Healer on Instagram, Twitter. I'm a kind of give credit where credit is due type of woman, so I don't have a problem doing this. She has a OnlyFans that I do pay for. I am not going to lie to you. I had to move some finances around. I had to move some things around. $30 a month. It was $27, but she started charging $30 because people couldn't respect her boundaries. And I'm all for it. $30, to me, that's initiation. That's that 3. That's wanting to do that work. So I said, okay, I moved some things around, moved some money around, because at the end of the day, that's an investment. That's me investing in my inner child. That's me investing into myself. That's me investing into my soul. We always pay for things that we care about. So it was an investment. Anyways, she had an inner child in healing intensive. Honey. Tea. Got me right. I was already feeling that I needed inner child healing because it was just surfacing around, and I knew those parts of me were starting to come out. That little girl in me was wanting to come out, and she was just buried behind so much stuff, bad stuff that I didn't want to think about, that I didn't want to rehash, feelings that I didn't want to admit to myself. But I did that. I did that because I needed something. I prayed for something. And then this woman that I've watched who has taught me about abundance and this and this and that have this intensive, and she participated in it with us. And when I tell you I am grateful, when I tell you I have nothing but gratitude for this woman, nothing but love and nothing but gratitude. She put a passion in me, helped me find myself, and I want to do that for others. I always wanted to do that for others, but I was scared. I was afraid because I was taught all these things about myself, started feeling all these feelings about myself. My parents, whether they knew it or not, taught me things about myself, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good. They didn't try to do it on purpose. They were humans, and that's why I forgive them, because forgiveness is key. You can't get where we're going with a heavy heart. Children don't have heavy hearts. The minute their hearts start to get heavy, they're no longer children, really. That's why motherfuckers run around here calling these babies kids. Let's be intentional with our words. Kids are baby goats. Who's the ultimate goat? Satan himself. So I really try. Actually, I don't really try. I do. I don't call my kids kids. I call them children. All right. 4 cards here. Got that angel protection. Seer. See beyond the current situation. This card is potent for a lot of us. Some people are waking up. They're able to see. They have gifts. It's okay, baby. Be open to it. This is who you are. This is who God intended you to be. Don't let the Bible, even though I love me some God, okay? But the enemy is of confusion. You're not going to sit and tell me that a white master gave a Bible to black people, because that's what they did in slavery. If you do your own research, you will see that there is a Bible. On that Bible, it said that it was intended for the Negroes. You're not going to sit and tell me that this book has all the right things and is this, that, and the third, knowing damn well that the enemy is of confusion. So if the enemy is of confusion, what do? They confuse people. How do you confuse people? You switch shit up. You take shit out. You put shit in. That's confusion. That little darling Bible is why so many people won't get close to God. And God's got nothing to do with that. Literally. That's why so many people turn from him. That's why there's people like me, card readers. Really, I'm a seer, but the cards is a tool. I I lost my train of thought. I get so passionate. I do this because it's time. I do this because I learned so many things about God that had me feeling that I was unworthy. And it wasn't until, seek and you will find, Matthew 7:7, it wasn't until I did the research myself and I found my own path that I was able to feel something, that I was able to feel this love, that I was able to see what people were talking about. Well, then I had some people who don't agree with what I do, don't agree with what I claim for my life, which it doesn't matter because it's my life. And that lack of support, that lack of understanding for my own path that God was pulling me on, it shut me down. And where I was starting to unravel and open these gifts and I was starting to be able to see, all of a sudden, I could no longer see. Because I had people from older generations who didn't agree with what I did because we were taught per this Bible that I am evil, that I am a witch, that I am going to hell. And I had to open up my mouth and say, well, if that's God's plan for me, I'd rather learn it. Because what I do with my life, it's not a conference call. At the end of the day, when I close my eyes, I'm happy with what I do. I'm happy with me. I'm happy with what I feel. And when I open my eyes, I'm happy with what I do. And I'm happy with what I feel. That's why I'm telling some of our baby seers, if this is you and you're starting to see shit, don't let anyone deter you. Because that is a fear tactic. Because God, you can't stop God, okay? Whoever decided that they were going to do all this knew that we would wake up. They knew that we would start to see. They knew that we would start to feel these things. So how do you get people to ignore that and turn it off? You tell them it's evil. You tell them it's wrong. You tell them it's bad. Whoever decided that they can do that, they can go to hell. That's where they're going anyway. But trust. Trust God. Walk by faith, not by sight. And know that even if you can't see it, things are happening in the background, okay, baby? Trust yourself above all else. And I really want to see her eyes are covered. But this right here, that sticks out. That lets me know that this is how she's seeing. Tap into your sixth sense. To think that there's only 5 senses is bullshit. If there's only 5 senses, then how come the birds know when to go south and when to go north? You tell me. Mirror guardian, take time to reflect. See this person? Well, this angel, guardian. She is looking into what looks like space, into what looks like the universe. Mirror guardian. Sorry, I thought it said minor. Take time to reflect. Look at your past. It's time. It's okay. It's time. You don't have to do this alone. None of you have to do this alone. There are communities, spiritual communities now, that you can join on Facebook. You just have to find the one that's right for you. There are other community forums. There are spiritual teachers. Twitter is spiritual as fuck. Back when I was on Twitter, everybody was talking cash shit. It's a super spiritual place. It fell off and they don't... I feel like they don't advertise as much, but it's a very spiritual place. But then again, it just kind of depends on what you choose to put on your timeline. And that's going to depend on what you... that's going to depend on what you... how do I say? That's going to depend on what you resonate with, though. It's going to depend on what you resonate with. I know you're social media people because you're the communicator. But if your timeline has people on it still talking shit, your timeline doesn't have to look like that. You do have control. You can take action. If you're telling yourself, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that, I don't want to see this, I don't want to see that. And it's starting to get to a place where it's moving you to words, where you're vocalizing it. That next step is hitting that delete button. Unfollowing, unfriending. Because people pleasing isn't going to get it any fucking more. Accountability is going to get it. Holding people accountable and being accountable. We no longer get to blame our childhoods. Not when we can go back and reparent. You don't get to. Because when you turn 18, 1 and 8 is 9, completion, you're no longer a child. It's up to you. We all have the same 24 hours, Gemini. So what are you going to do with yours? Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and stay grounded. Spend time with nature. Go outside. Put your little pretty toes or crusty, whatever, in the ground. If they're crusty, you might want to soak them because you need those to walk through this beautiful life. Stay rooted and stay grounded. Who are you? See this person touching the heart? When you were 3 years old, what were you like? Where did you come from? What was your favorite food? There's so much work to be done right in here. That's why he's green, heart chakra energy. But are you brave enough to do it, Gemini? You talk cash shit. I know that. So are you ready to do the work? Are you ready to do the work, baby? Are you ready? You tell me. Droid, hold the space. Take time out of your day to hold that space for a younger you. Some of y'all need some healing. Because a lot of y'all been taught to communicate everything but your feelings, but your good feelings. But have no problem communicating